Well, greetings, Lamar Baptist Church. My name is Dale Braswell, and I have the opportunity to be with you guys for the next few weeks, or several weeks actually, as we are going to look at the book of Philippians together. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. But first, I wanted to kind of give you a little brief introduction of who in the world is this guy that's on a video here for us today. Like I said, my name is Dale Braswell. I grew up just down the road from here in Mansfield, Texas, before it was what it is today. And so South Arlington was kind of my old stomping grounds. Grew up at First Baptist Church in Mansfield, felt called to ministry around the age of 17. And then following that, went off to Dallas Baptist University, representing them here today, and got my undergraduate degree, met my wife, got a lot of great experience that prepared me for ministry. Then went over to Birmingham, Alabama, got my master's in divinity at Samford University at Beeson Divinity School. Thought I would come back to Texas like all good Texans should, but God ended up taking us up to Nashville, Tennessee, where I served on staff as a student minister for several years. And then God led us and our family. We had two girls that were born in Nashville, so now all four of us moved up to Seattle, Washington area, where we started a church back in 2008 and had an incredible experience, saw God do a lot of fantastic things in those years there. But then God began to lead us back to Texas. So finally, we came back home where I was the pastor at Wedgwood Baptist Church in Fort Worth for the last 8 years. But then about a year ago, God once again began to stir in my heart a desire to get back to the university setting. At the time, I was completing my PhD in leadership there at Dallas Baptist, and God began to draw me back to that place. And so as of just last October, I became the Senior Director of Alumni and Parent Engagement there at DBU. My wife, Tina, also works there. Our oldest daughter is a student there, and our youngest is headed there. So it's kind of a package deal for our family now. And so in that, though, even though I'm there at DBU full-time, I still have a deep love for the local church and want to support and help however I can. And so God has opened up some doors for us to be able to join you here for the next several weeks as we, as I mentioned earlier, go through the book of Philippians. This is honestly one of my favorite books in the New Testament. The themes that are there are so rich, so applicable for our lives today. And so we're going to take it just a section at a time, looking at each verse and seeing what did Paul mean then? What does he have for it, and what does that apply for? What does it mean for us today? And so one of the big themes that we'll be looking at is this idea of joy, the idea that joy is not based upon our circumstances. Paul is writing this from a prison cell in which people are trying to either ruin his life or end his life, and yet he has this ability to rejoice, to be content, and to continue to seek to know Christ and to make him known to the nations. So there's so much in store for us, and I'm so excited to be able to join you over these next several weeks as we look at what Paul had to say then and what it means for us today in the book of Philippians. So I look forward to getting to meet you, to get to know you. Lamar has just an incredible history here in this community. I'm so excited about what God has in store for this church. I'm thankful to be a little part of this season of transition, and I know that God has some great things in store for this community and for each of you in the days ahead. So I look forward to meeting you, being with you here very soon. God bless.